Once upon a time, in the heart of Port Harcourt, a 20-year-old girl named Amarachi lived in a crumbling one-room shack with her sick mother. Life had never been kind to her, but Amarachi had learned how to survive on scraps of hope and quiet strength. Each day, she sold cooked yam by the roadside, sweating under the sun that gave no mercy, ignored by passers-by who barely saw her. That evening, sales were bad, really bad. All she could afford were 2 slices of yam and a small scoop of palm oil sauce, just enough for her and her mother. Still, she clutched the nylon bag like it was gold. Her feet dragged through muddy puddles and cracked paths as she headed home. Then, she saw him, a stranger.
Young, barefoot, shirtless. His ribs looked like sharp bones trying to escape his skin. His body was trembling. His eyes haunted, tired, empty. People passed him like he was a rock on the road. But Amarachi stopped. She stared at him, and something deep in her chest pulled tight. Without a word, she gave him everything she had left. Her food, her meal, her sacrifice, and walked away with nothing, not even guilt. That night, her stomach ached, but her soul felt oddly full. At dawn, she ran back to where he'd been, but he was gone. Only a torn paper, folded and tucked beneath a brick, remained. The note read, "You saved my life. One day, I will return." Her neighbors laughed. Now hunger they turned her to mumu. But her mother just looked at the note and whispered, "God sees what men don't." Amarachi held on to that scrap of paper, and that single sentence kept her going. Days turned to months, months to years. And life kept breaking her. Her mother died quietly, leaving her with silence and grief. Her yam stall was burnt during market riot. She walked wherever she could. Factories, houses, washing clothes, scrubbing floors. Always underpaid, often insulted, never respected. Yet Amarachi never changed. She gave to others even when she had nothing. She prayed even when her voice shook. And sometimes, late at night, she'd pull out that old note and whisper, "One day." 10 years later, Lagos had a new king. His name was everywhere, on buses, buildings, and screens. Ikenna Obi, young, bold, a tech billionaire. He had it all. People chanted his name. But what caught Amarachi's attention wasn't his money. It was 5 simple words on a billboard. "Kindness saved my life." Then came the interview. "I owe everything to a stranger in Port Harcourt," Ikenna said, his voice calm. "She gave me her last meal. I never forgot." Amarachi stood frozen at a bus stop, staring at a cracked phone playing his video. Her heart slammed against her chest. It was him. It had always been him. And then, quietly, he returned. No cameras, no press. Just Ikenna, dressed simply, walking through the muddy streets of his past. And there, near the edge of a broken road, he saw her, Amarachi, still selling, still giving, still radiant, even in struggle. He started buying from her, watching her. She didn't recognize him, but he remembered every detail. And each time he saw her hand chips to a crying child or pray beneath her breath, the guilt crushed him. Not because he owed her, but because he had waited too long. Then came the invitation. A woman in dark shades stepped out of a black SUV and handed Amarachi an envelope, gold-trimmed, heavy with mystery. It was an invitation to the Ikenna Obi Foundation Gala in Lagos. No one believed her. Some laughed. Some warned her. But the next day, the SUV returned. This time with a plane ticket, a hotel pass, and a red dress so beautiful it didn't feel real. She boarded the car with nothing but faith. The gala was a dream. Gold lights, cameras, designers in glitter and silk. And in the middle of it all, Amarachi stood, quiet, unsure, until a voice thundered through the hall. "Please welcome Miss Amarachi Eze." Her name. She froze as eyes turned and applause exploded. Then Ikenna stepped forward. He smiled, not like a billionaire, but like a man seeing a miracle. I once had nothing, he said, and a stranger gave me her last meal. Tonight, she stands among kings. Gasps, cheers, flashbulbs. But Amarachi heard only her own heart thundering. And in that moment, she knew it was him. Later, behind closed doors and soft lights, Ikenna knelt before her. I searched for you for 10 years, he said. I can never repay what you gave me, but I want to try. He offered her a home, a business, a place at his foundation. This isn't charity, he whispered. You are the reason I'm still breathing. Tears spilled, words failed. But then, everything shattered. A woman burst into the lounge, elegant, furious, stunning in red. She slammed a velvet box on the table, a diamond ring. Tell her, the woman growled, before you make her another promise you can't keep. Amarachi turned slowly. Her hands trembled. What's going on, Ikenna? His silence was louder than any lie. And just like that, the fairy tale cracked. To be continued. Sometimes kindness unlocks miracles, and sometimes it unlocks secrets. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to hit the subscription button so you don't miss the next part. Thank you.